Okay, finally, my first live episode, but this is my eighth episode that I've put on my new video diary. Okay, well, here I am. I just saw this. And, and, you know, I must say that, this dragon does breathe fire occasionally. Um, and I also must say that, the only time I've ever, professed myself to be any type of Nazi was either a feminazi or a grammar Nazi. Was bear spelled correctly on that sign back there? Maybe. Okay. Well, here I am, Washington D.C. First live episode. I'm not really a Nazi at all. I mean, poetic justice and all that. There's some kind of a German phrase that if you can't make it into a sentence, then I guess you're mentally handicapped. I don't know what that has to do with the price of tea in China, even though I read in that Economics Times today about, or not today, it was an Economic Time newspaper that I picked up in Oregon before I got to Washington, D.C. So, I like I said in DC, this is my first live episode. I don't know if anybody's watching this. Probably not. Um, maybe they'll watch it later when it isn't live. I guess. I know I got some people to watch my live episodes on Facebook, but blame Wired magazine for that one. I read in a Wired magazine that this is like they said that this is the quote unquote most narcissistic generation. Not really. I mean, um, one time I was well, not one time. Once upon a time, no, not once upon a time. There was an occurrence at some juncture in time where fuck, I lost my train of thought there. Um, fucking something. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Never mind. If it wasn't important, I used to say, but what if it wasn't important? That's why I forgot it. But if it was important, it will come back to me later. Um, well, anyways, um, dang, what was I trying to say? Oh, I don't know. Anyhow, live episode, first one, number 8. What's my age again? Sideways 8. Oh, I don't want to do no advertisements right now. Let me turn my Che Guevara inspired hat around. Hey, check it out, a squirrel. I am so hungry that I'm about to make this squirrel like be my best friend. No, actually they led me. I don't know if I put it in my written diary or my written journal or my one of my episodes. I think those are cicadas right here. Yeah. Um, anyhow, I think no, those aren't cicadas. It could be. Whatever. Live episode. Nobody's watching. Go figure. It's not like I have anything pertinent to go on. I've done a lot of my best live demonstrations without, being live. Blame that on Half-Life, I guess. Say what you want about Half-Life. Arsenic is forever. I've read that in a book somewhere. I was trying to remember what I was going to tell you that was important about something that I remembered. Okay, I hate Nazis, I mean, do your jobs and kill Nazis, well, kill them with kindness. Like I did, okay, I mentioned this earlier today, and when I was walking by a couple, about how I actually was able to solve the Zodiac Killer's cipher at one time, and I figured out exactly who he was, and I just let him die of old age, just kind of like an episode of CSI. I mean, you know, that they talked about. And it's been a stressful day today, mostly because I kept getting announcements that DC has a toxic air thing going on right now. I sure would like to, contrary to popular belief, according to a science, I freaking love science article, that opioids, or that marijuana does not alleviate pain better than opioids, and that it doesn't help you get over opioid withdrawal. But that is a totally inaccurate article. I mean, she might have posted that, or whomever might have posted that study, because I finally got her, that woman, to read a book called Illusions, and she told me once, that same woman, and I could be jumping the gun here, or conclusions, that she told me once that that she only read actual, she didn't read nonfiction. And I mentioned on a comment that that Richard Bach's Illusions was a really good book, and maybe she fabricated that study, because I've done personal experiments in my life that that marijuana does actually help with pain relief. It just depends, or it varies on the actual. You have endocannabinoid receptors inside of your mind. You also have opioid receptors in your mind, but you don't have amphetamine receptors in your mind. What does that have to do with anything right now? I don't know. What does it have to do with my live broadcast that nobody's watching? I don't know. Okay, kind of wandering here. Was going to try and get to the Lincoln Memorial. Oh, for the love of everything. I was trying to get to the Lincoln Memorial. Maybe the toxic air conditions that are going on in DC, and the antioxidants that I probably need from marijuana would be alleviating some of the trouble that I'm having right now with saying and a lot. And what's wrong with that? A lot. Oh, cool car. Who cares about the color? Okay, technically, we're all colored powered. Do I look like a Vogel or a Fogel? I mean, whoops. Or a Oogle or a Frugal? I don't know. That has to do with anything. I'm not a fucking puppet, that's for sure. I'm not necessarily a puppeteer either. Okay, Lincoln Memorial. Like, I'm way off the. I'm kind of going in the general direction of the Lincoln Memorial, but I'm supposed to be following another street. Well, I don't know how long this live broadcast is going to go on. I'll update you some things on that you missed that I said when I wasn't doing a live broadcast. One of them was I saw a group of Mormons walking past me, and I looked at them as they all walked away, and I said, I hope you guys all burn in hell where you belong. Well, I mean, the only reason I say that is I haven't fully read their fictional work of Bibles or whatever, but they're an evil religion, Oh, and I also said out loud, what denomination of Christianity isn't evil? I mean, maybe the Catholics. That varies as well. No, you'll never see a news anchor do that live on TV. blow his nose the right way. They say that's a druid insult. Read that in a book. Okay. God, my head hurts. Well, boring live broadcast and all my other, this 8th episode isn't going over so well. Well, let me tell you some jokes I came up with. Some of them were inspired by The Simpsons. Let me bust through a video. I say it. Anyhow, a video that I once watched where they were like, Matt Groening's obviously a time traveler. No, he's not a time traveler. People just kind of believe he's a time traveler because, because he's brilliant and he's kind of prophetic in a way. Like, they wonder how prophets are so accurate with some things. Sometimes they're not. Odysseus, whatever. Graphic novels and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm correlating that into what I'm babbling on about in my live episode that nobody's watching. Hi. My head hurts. Emissions in DC are fucking toxic air day or whatever. I understand, they're like, you need to go inside and like breathe clean oxygen. And, I'm like, what's more polluted, indoor air or outdoor air? This is a weird day. Maybe I should get on the horn and be like, Matt, buy me a fucking bus ticket already. But for some reason, I'm determined to stay in DC. Oh, there was a phone number I was going to call. How come that flag isn't on fire behind me? It is in a weird way. Okay. Heartburn. I hate heartburn. Ugh. It's like, what was I going to say? I went through LA at one point, and their emissions are actually really, really great. Like, they're not, it's not that bad there as far as air. Like, I never saw one toxic air report when I was there, Jeez. But, here I am live. Like I am all the time. Well, I am living, whatever. I just had a weird thought. It wasn't profound. Man. I forgot to do a live recording of how I'm a serial killer and I kill in public all the time and I get away with it. Because that's just what I do. Kill them with kindness? Not all the time. Paradoxes. I saw a paradox on YouTube about how all ravens are black. So that means everything that's not a raven isn't black. But I'm trying to flock with birds of my own color. Or feathers of my own color, something like that. And the thing with that is why is it, or how is it humans call a group of ravens or a flock of ravens an unkindness or a conspiracy? How is it they call a grouping of crows a murder? Am I trying to murder an unkindness? To commit conspiracy? I'm trying to be funny. It's not going over very well. Blame it on how my mom really put the nail on the head when she called me a sarcastic, psychotic person, whatever, or entity. I prefer entity. Well, yeah, my head hurts, and the fuck is going on over here? He's checking the drainage or electrical thing down there. I thought he was like laying there or something. I'm like, what is he doing? Like it matters. He's doing his job over there, Okay, anyhow, my mother trucking head hurts. Like, I really wanted to relocate to DC. I was kind of wanting to live in like the U district or whatever, Party Central or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Ooh, I didn't mean to drop an F bomb. I've been doing really well trying to censor this with, appropriate language for viewers of all ages. Let me tell you something that's funny. A long time ago, I met this guy who told me that the word fuck meant fornication under consent of the king. And no, if anybody, remembers the early days of the internet, my favorite word ever is fuck, because they illustrated the diversity of the word, and that the origins of the word fuck was actually from Germany, and it just meant to strike. It meant to hit, So, fuck them unkindly. Ha! This is no longer, excuse my French. Excuse my cussing or cursing or whatever. Mias nombre Juan Dolores. That's a joke. Okay, and let me translate that for you from Espanol. Espanol. It's not Barcelona Espanol. Well, seriously, in Spain, in the district of Barcelona, they actually speak with a lisp because of some king that supposedly was born with a split tongue and he lisped all the time. Anyways, what next? Something that I read in a magazine somewhere called Brain Power is that the mind is a very amazing predictability machine. Contrary to popular belief, all it kind of does is just kind of sit around and wonder what's next, But if it's engaged in a game or of chess or other games that it knows very well, it can kind of, try to predict next moves. It's not that it actually does predict anything. I'm really tired of saying hello. Saying nothing at the moment. Other than that was a cute police officer. Well, not cute. It's an attractive female police officer. Anywho, toxic air day sucks, man. I got a head that's just splitting. Books I've been reading. Lots of them. I gave a bunch of books over to Lending Library. They have these really cool things in neighborhoods sometimes that they call lending libraries, where you take a book and you leave a book. And sometimes I'll take a bunch of books without, with just leaving one or whatever. When I got my hotel voucher from Amtrak, and when I stayed at Country Inn Suites, they had an amazing bookshelf with all these brand new books. And they said, you're allowed to take these books, just return them to the Country Inn Suites. Well, I grabbed a bunch of those books, and I did not necessarily return them to a Country Inn Suites, but I gave them to a lending library. Like, I bring books, something else. This is a cool car or vehicle. Probably contributes to the, toxic air problem. Well, not while it's stationary. Anyways, yay. I don't even know where I'm at. Like, can I get out of this cul-de-sac at the moment? Probably not. Like, I'm so distracted trying to do a live broadcast that, shit, I walked right by. Oh, well, check out this thing. You see that says Civil Disturbance Unit on the back? That's what they use when they have protests and they start launching tear gas and things like that into crowds. Okay. I don't know if I can go much further this way. I can probably cut down this way. I already said this in another episode, not a live broadcast yet. How is it, President Trump is saying that we need more money for NATO, more money for war. That hero down there of mine shouldn't be living under a bridge. I should have never lived under a bridge. I never even, sometimes when I've been on the road traveling like I do, I'll find a bridge and I'll spend the night underneath it, and then, because I can't always afford to take care of myself on my trust fund account, the Social Security Trust, SSDI and all that, and Medicare and all that they took away from me. The traffic's probably loud, you probably can't hear me. I'm going to end this live broadcast and, I said I was going to end my live broadcast, but I shared it to Facebook instead. Now, I know this is a live broadcast. I don't necessarily know if these get saved. Like, I see the X at the top right where I can close out of it. I don't know if this gets recorded permanently like it does onto my phone with a particle. Never mind. That's cool though, that I can switch the camera like that. These people are sleeping under a bridge right by the police station and all that shit or whatever. I don't even know if that's a police station back there. Did I say all that shitter? I mean, that's weird. Okay, my head is fucking hurting. I'm about to jump off this wall. I could do it safely. I'm not really always afraid of heights. Yet, trying to hold on to the phone, the water bottle, all that stuff. Whatever. I can't explain everything all the time. Sometimes I think that, I always say look to the law and leave religious law out of it, or outside of it. But yet sometimes, religious beliefs are maybe a great tool to judge with. Maybe not, Where's my faith? I don't know. It's not pudding. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to get down from here. It's not that hard. I see plenty of ledges and ways to get down. Not that difficult. Alright, well, I'm just going to close out. Let me see what some of these options are on my phone. I said not funny because I was having a thought on the inside of my head when I was looking at some of the options down here on the menu screen. Okay, what does this button do? Shut up. That button doesn't shut up. Yeah, I noticed a link to my face space or whatever, and I still haven't got anybody watching my video or my live broadcast. Oh well, save it for the archives. Let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna hit this X, see what happens.